Hey guys, welcome to How to Be Fancy. I'm Heather and today I've got a hair tutorial for you. This is going to be one of at least two, perhaps three, depending on how it goes in a series. I've started curling my hair in a new way that kind of works a little bit easier for me on the everyday. So this is essentially what day one looks like. If you want to see how I got this, then just keep watching.
To keep this really simple for every day, I don't do a lot of sectioning. I just section it in half and tie one half up with a rubber band. Then I'm just going to take my finger and start sectioning off little pieces of hair, probably about an inch, and then start rolling that hair away from my face. This is my T3 curling iron. It's the 1-inch barrel. And the trick to doing this is to not pull that curl out once you've released it from the curling iron. And if you have any little pieces that are straight once you do the curl, just separate those out and curl them so you're not left with any straight pieces at the end. So the easiest way I found to do this is to section as I go. So I'll just take a little piece and then section it top and bottom and then start rolling. Now with the top curls, I want to not roll directly from the root of the hair. I want to give it a few inches down and then start rolling away from the face. Now I'm just taking that bottom section and rolling it away from the face as well. And while you're doing this, it's important to just remember that you want to catch all of those little ends into the curling iron so that you don't have any straight pieces at the ends like you would for a more modern style. In fact, I could have done a little bit better job at this here, but again, it's an everyday quick process. I'm not trying to go for perfection. It's just a cute look that you can do every day fairly quickly. Now you're pretty much just going to do the same thing on the other side, but this front curl here I wanted to show you because I started a little bit higher just to get a tiny bit more volume, and I really kind of work the hair through this. And you can see I'm keeping the hair really flat as I roll it, so none of this hair gets twisted, so you're getting a really uniform, even spiral curl. Hello, Gibson Girl styling. Then I'm just going to give it a quick spray before I let it cool for a few minutes.
So I'm going to show you how I quickly kind of brush out this set. It's cooled for about maybe 7-8 minutes, something like that. You could easily let it cool for longer, and I think it would probably hold even better, but this isn't going to be bad at all. It's really cold in my house as well, so that kind of has helped sort of cool it off in a hurry. So I'm just gonna run my fingers through the curls to kind of break them up as much as I can just using my fingers. At this point you can go ahead and add some volume here by teasing or using a volumizing powder, whatever you'd like to do. Do that now before you kind of start brushing all of this out. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of volume. I find in the winter time I have a little bit of trouble with this section of my hair getting too frizzy if I tease it too much. So I'm not gonna do like a big kind of rockabilly Marilyn-esque bang for this, and that's a lot of the reason why I don't do this in the winter time is my hair is extra dry. And also, like I said, I just have a lot of trouble with frizz. So I'm just using my little Denman brush and going in at the very base of those curls and giving them a little bit of a tease, a little bit of a back comb, but nothing substantial like you would to get like a very like large, oversized kind of bang situation. I'm gonna spray this all around and kind of just let that dry as much as possible before I brush any more out. I've curled everything this way and I'm gonna flip it to the other side now as I brush it out. I don't think it'll look too weird with my color here. And you can see how I already have some volume here that I wouldn't have if I had left it the way that I had originally curled it. I didn't bring anything out here to fix my hair other than this brush, and so that's what we're gonna do because this is an everyday thing. It's not something that I want to spend hours and hours perfecting. I want to have a quick set and go. So there's kind of that area. I'm gonna let this cool and start brushing out this side. Literally just gonna take it and brush it under. And this will just kind of start smoothing these waves into place. And because we've done a pretty uniform curl, it will start to form and mold into a more singular shape. If you find you've got a little too much static happening, little hairspray on your brush, and just brush that through. It'll help a little bit. I'm not too worried about this part, because I'm going to eventually tuck that behind my ear. So I'm not super worried about it being extra like curly, because really the curl just needs to be down at the bottom. So I'm just gonna focus on the areas that I want to look a certain way. I'm gonna take this, do the same thing, just taking the brush, brushing it under. Really just want this part to be kind of smoothed down, not a lot of volume in this back crown section, because you don't have that in traditional vintage styles. So now we're pretty much halfway done. I just need to come around here. I'm gonna brush this a little bit. And the curlier that you leave this on day 1, the more curl obviously you're gonna have on day 2. So that's entirely up to you, up to how your hair holds curl. But I kind of like to get a little bit more of that shine into my style. So I'm gonna brush it a little bit. If you have a clip, place it here. You won't lose as much volume as I'm losing. But again, not too bothered about the volume situation. And you can see this kind of forming this curl pattern. I like how this front is getting this little curl. So I'm just gonna kind of spray that into place. Use your hand to kind of mold. You can mold and hold. Trademark, how to be fancy. So once I've kind of got everything a little bit into place, you can spray all of this. Now I'm gonna take a little bit of hair oil and just pop a couple drops on my fingers, again because I am in winter dealing with frizz. I literally just place a few drops on my fingertips, and then I'm going to kind of grab the hair and smooth it over. And I'm gonna smooth it over where I have these little baby hairs up here too. Those are always my trouble spots. If your hair is extra fine, don't put the oil close to your roots. Keep it at the ends of your hair. But if you got baby hairs like me, go for it. And so that is pretty much day 1 of this type of curl set, curl pattern, styled really quick, really easy. I'm not looking for something that is ready for the red carpet or that is ready for an editorial. This is something that I can do in my everyday life that works within the time constraints that I have. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. I'd love to have you be part of the How to Be Fancy family. If you've got a few extra minutes, take a look over here. You'll see a couple of my most recent videos. I'd love it if you would check those out. You can also find links to social media and all the other fun stuff. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.